Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Trojan Media Productions, coverage of Indiana high school football. Tonight, the East Central Trojans, currently ranked in the top 5 in both the 4A AP and the state polls with a record of 5-1. They head to Connersville, taking on the Spartans in the big EIEC Big School Showdown. Joining me right now, my partner in crime on our Countdown to Kickoff, Josh Benjamin. Josh, first, a big win for the East Central Trojans last week on the road against South Dearborn. Trojans back on the road tonight. Conference championship, they could claim with a victory against Connersville against the Spartans.
Thanks, Kaz. Yes, last week against the Knights, they did a very good job of all phases of the game. And then I'm going to show you some different things coming up here in the keys of the game. But coming into the Connersville game, 4-2 Connersville Spartans. I couldn't tell you the last time that's happened. Got a new coach, first-year coach, Ryan Lynch, and they're going to be eager to win. So the Trojans better be ready.
We look forward to that. Also, we'll have on the way our interview with Coach Jake Miners. In addition, we'll look at the forecast. I think it will be a nice one tonight for high school football. And right now, Lily Ford's interview with East Central Trojans star from last week, Josh Ringer.
I'm Lily Ford, here with running back Josh Ringer. Congratulations on your fantastic win against South Dearborn. What did you do to prepare for that game?
So to prepare for the game, we just watch a ton of film. We really study their defense. Then we practice every day against our scout defense, who lines up like them. And I feel it all really pays off on Friday nights.
Yeah. You had a fantastic game. You had 31 rushes, 338 yards, and 6 touchdowns. How do you keep up that energy during a game?
South Dearborn, they were kind of a dirty team, so I feel like that really helped us keep our energy, and yeah.
You won IMCA Player of the Week. What steps did you take to earn that?
To be honest, I'm not really sure about that, but I guess someone just gave it to me, but.
Right. Moving on to this week's game against Connersville, what do you as running back need to look out for?
So we just need to look out for their front. They got some big dudes up front, but I think our O-line will be able to handle them.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Are there any players we should look out for?
They got some big dudes on the D-line, and their linebackers are pretty decent size, so.
Yeah. All right. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you so much for your time.
Yep.
All right. I'm Lily Ford for Trojan Media.
Now to this week's keys to the game against the Connersville Spartans. 2 things I want to talk about is being consistent this week and eliminating and creating big plays. Let's take a look at the East Central defense from last week against South Dearborn Knights. We're going to pause it here. We're going to take a look at one of the safeties for the Trojans, number 21, Andrew Roy. He does a great job of reading his keys, which are these linemen up front. He's going to do his back pedal, his read steps, and he's actually going to make a play on the ball here on the fade route down on the boundary side of the field. He does a great job of going up, making sure it's an incomplete pass. He actually almost intercepts it. We're going to see this in slow motion here. High points the football, times it very well, causes the incompletion for the Knights. This next play, you're going to see Jace Dorsey, the corner, up top, one-on-one against one of the Knights. He does a great job of holding on, keeping one hand on the offensive player while going up and making a play on the football. Now we're going to do a split screen action here with 2 different players on the defense. We're going to take a look at corner number 9, Moses Wheat, and then we're going to go back to number 21, Andrew Roy. We're going to take a look at both of them because what happened here was a big play for the Knights. It was a fade route down here on the boundary side of the field. And what Andrew lacks on this play is he doesn't watch these guys up front. He kind of watches the backfield and sees that it could be a run play. He actually goes upfield and then he backpedals and tries to help out, but by that time it's too late. And then number 9, Moses Wheat's going to look in the backfield instead of staying locked in on this receiver, and what's going to happen is a big play for the Knights. You're going to see Moses turn in just for a second, and by that time that receiver decides to go downfield, fade route, big play for the Knights. Got to eliminate those against the 4-2 Spartans this week. Okay, we're going to take a look at this play here. The defense does a very good job on this play with causing a loss of yards. But we're going to take a look at 3 guys. We're going to take a look at number 6, Rhett Smith, number 8, Louis Gray, and then number 1, Eli Aston in this play. The Knights actually do a disservice to themselves by running number 4 in motion because they're running an option play on this side of the field. Typically in an option play, you leave the last man in the line of scrimmage unblocked. In this case, it's number 6, Rhett Smith. But they block him for a 1,001 count, and then they release. Eli stays free. Rhett stays free, so it's a 2-on-2 matchup. But actually, Louis Gray causes some havoc in the backfield, causes disruption, penetrates the offensive line there, does a great job, comes up, takes the quarterback, and now you got multiple guys in the backfield to make the play on the option play. Now on this play, we're going to take a look up at the top of the wide side of the field. They have quads, which are 4 receivers to one side. They have it to the wide side of the field, okay? But the play here is number 5 on the defense, Carson Piezonk. He does a great job. He's right here. He's going to do a great job of eluding those blocks up front. The pass is going to be to the back receiver here, and he's going to cause some havoc between the 3 of those blockers. And then number 36, Dylan Maxwell, does a great job of cleaning up that mess. As you can see here, Carson eluding those blockers, causing Louis Gray and Dylan Maxwell to come up and make a play freely. We're going to watch it in regular speed here. Carson does a great job of splitting those offensive players, and then Dylan Maxwell cleans it up. Nice job, you two. Now let's take a look at the offense. We're going to talk about quarterback play. We're going to talk about some receivers and some offensive linemen. On this play right here, we're going to see backup quarterback Carson Kelling do a great job. He's back here in the gun. He's going to do a great job of finding a window between these 3 guys here, finding number 3, Trey Omer, sitting down in a window, finding a spot to settle down and catch a pass from Carson. He does a great job of releasing it quickly. Trey does a great job of securing the catch and getting some yards for the Trojans. You're going to see it kind of in a regular speed here. Great job of securing the catch and getting some plus yardage there. Now on this play here, we're going to take a look at the left side of the offensive line. We're going to do number 25, number 73, and 72. Got the both Noahs and number 25, Ryan Stanger, tight end. What they do is a phenomenal job on this side. First off, Ryan Stanger stays on that outside linebacker. He makes sure he drives that guy downfield, which gives Josh Ringer an option to go outside, which you'll see here in just a second. Noah, he gets up to the second level, blocks that linebacker, and then the other Noah does a great job of reach blocking there, making sure that side is sealed for Josh to gain some yards there. And then after those 3, Josh Ringer does a great job of eluding some tackles and getting deep into Knight's territory here, as you can see, as he eludes several tackles here. What's great about this play is you see guys running upfield, offensive linemen, receivers, and Carson to help out with blocking. This play here, we're going to take a look at the backfield. Carson does a great job. This is a screen play, so Carson's going to take a few steps back. Ryan Brotherton's going to be that guy that receives the screen pass, and he's going to get upfield. And Carson looks pretty poised in this game. Does a very nice job of managing the game very well. And when play execution comes up and talks about in the film room, he does a very good job for the Trojans in this game. And then this last play here, we're going to take a look at a couple things. Number 14, Carson Kelling, I've mentioned several times, puts a lot of good touch on this play here. He throws the ball deep down to number 20, Ryan Brotherton, in a fade route. But also number 3, Trey Omer, does a great job of blitz pickup. Right here, he's going to come out, block that guy. He's actually going to pancake this guy, take him to the ground, which is awesome. You love to see that, especially in those guys in the backfield of blitz pickup. Carson does a great job of throwing that touch pass down there to number 20, Ryan Brotherton.
So great stuff, Josh. Of course, a big Trojans win. A lot of big talk for both schools last week at the big game. The Trojans always respond to big games, of course, with the target on their back, being the champions. One great thing that they always respond and definitely answer the bell.
Yes, and the Trojans usually get the best game from the opponent, or at least that they attempt to. Trojans do a great job of being consistent, like I talked about in the keys of the game this week, but also making sure that there isn't any question on who's going to win that game.
Over 300 yards on the ground and 6 touchdowns for Josh Ringer. The defense, another day in the office.
Yes, 10 yards of carry is pretty awesome, and obviously scoring 6 touchdowns, that help up front did a very nice job this week.
Now the road game tonight for the Trojans at Connersville will take it on the Spartans. 4-2 going into the season. A lot of confidence for the Spartans team. The Trojans definitely want this. The Trojans definitely want to win this one because there's a conference championship up for grabs.
Absolutely. Any type of championship you want to win, that's part of the goals you set in the season. And also the Connersville Spartans on the other side, they're trying to build a program. Ryan Lynch down there, first-year coach, 4-2. There's going to be a lot of people at that game, I'm sure, and it's going to be a big game for them as well.
A nice night tonight in football in Connersville. We'll take a look at forecast with Mia.
Hey everyone, my name is Peter Coleman. I'm with Trojan Media, and this is the weather for tonight's game and the weekend. So right now, it is 57 degrees with sunny skies. So tonight at kickoff, we have 63 with sunny skies, and tonight around 11 p.m. we have a low of 53 with clear skies. So as you can see here, we have a low front coming in, so that'll bring some lousy weather to us coming up eventually throughout the weekend. So this is the 3-day forecast. Saturday, we have partially cloudy skies with a high of 69 and a low of 49. With Sunday, we have a high of 70, sunny skies, and a low of 51. Monday, we have sunny skies with a high of 68 and a low of 45. Fall break countdown. We have 7 days, as you can see right there. My name is Peter Coleman. I'm with Trojan Media Productions. This is the weather for today and tonight's game. Thank you.
And we get closer to kickoff, and thanks be it for the weather report. Going to be a nice night of Football Friday tonight. And speaking of such, it's my honor and pleasure bringing in the head football coach of the East Central Trojans, Jake Miners. Coach, congratulations on the big victory last Football Friday night against the South Dearborn Knights. A lot of things you can talk about. Defense, another day in the office. The offensive line doing a great job blocking. Josh Schringer over 300 yards on the ground and 6 touchdowns. Give us your thoughts of the game.
It was an extremely intense game. We knew going into it that was going to be a hostile environment where our kids are really going to have to handle their emotions, and I thought we did that really well. We started out, in the first half feeling like we were playing good football, and at halftime we were only up 14-0. But I challenged guys at halftime that the game of football is 4 quarters for a reason, and we have to play 4 quarters tonight. And the team responded in the second half. Defensively, we gave up a few yards in the passing game, but honestly, we held their quarterback under 50% completion percentage, and we only gave up 6 points. So anytime you're doing that defensively, you're going to give our team a chance to win. And offensively, we knew going into it Cole Burton wasn't going to play due to injury, and Carson Piezonk stepped in at quarterback and did a great job just managing the offense. And we knew that we were going to have to rely on Josh Ringer a little bit more than what we had in the weeks prior to that. And our offensive line really stepped up in a big way. So seeing all that come together was really fun to see. It's the first time we've really had to run the football like that in a game. And defensively, we just keep getting better and better. We were young in the secondary to start the year. I think now moving into week 7, those guys have gained a lot of valuable experience. So couldn't be happier with a 48-6 victory in a hostile environment, against another Dearborn County opponent. So very pleased coming out of last week.
And a few things different with the South Dearborn game as in the past. First of all, the Knights are no longer in the same division as you guys, right. So it's not a conference, counts quote as a conference win or game. Yeah. And also with that, the Knights also dropping to Class 3A in the football section, so you'll have to deal with them potentially in the upcoming sectionals. But despite that, as you said, the intensity was still there in a hard-fought game.
Yeah, anytime that two Dearborn County opponents get together, anytime we face a Lawrenceburg team, face a South Dearborn team, that intensity is going to be there. On top of that, South Dearborn is 5-0 coming into the football game. We're sitting at 4-1 coming into the football game. Just a lot of build up for that game. Even though it wasn't a true conference opponent anymore, it's still a Dearborn County opponent. And one of our goals every year is to win Dearborn County, and our guys really took it to heart and played really well.
And tell us the quarterback status coming up for how Cole's progress doing, healing from his injuries, and also when is the timetable when you think he'll be back?
Yeah, so he's been practicing this week. He's looked better this week. Going into tomorrow, it's really going to be a game-time decision with him. We don't want to put him out there unless he's 100% healthy, and that's on the coaching end of things, we have to kind of take care of him. He might look good when we're going out there and not having a whole lot of contact, but, when there's contact and him having to move, those are things that we're deciding upon. So, it could be that he doesn't play at all. It could be that he just gets some snaps at some point in the game just to get comfortable back on that ankle. But we feel very confident in Cole Burton or Carson Piezonk. Cole Burton's still obviously our quarterback. Once he gets healthy, he gets back in there. But Carson Piezonk, we have confidence in that he can step in and he can run the offense the way we need it to. And he's done such a fantastic job up to this point.
And overall, health-wise, how the team doing, and how's practice going this week for you guys?
Yeah, overall, we're dealing with our bumps and bruises that we do every year, that every team's dealing with at this point in the season, moving into Week 7. But overall, we're getting healthy. We're starting to get some guys back who had some injuries early in the year. So overall, we're pretty healthy. What we have to do is just keep managing our bodies, keep taking care of our bodies here as we approach the back end of this season, so we can be as healthy as we can be going into the playoffs.
This football Friday night, you're on the road again, Connersville Spartans, and EIC Championship up for grabs. And in addition, for that game, tell us about the Spartans, what kind of football they play in the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and I've told our team all week that Connersville is our most important game because it's the next game on our schedule. To add a little bit more to that, we're going for our 29th EIC championship in school history. We're going for our 13th straight EIC championship. So it's important. It's important to our guys to go out there and to capture another conference championship. And Connersville, they're coming in forward too. That's a better record than we have faced in the last couple of years in this game. They're an improved football team. They're an older roster than what they've been the last couple of years. They're really changed their style of play, where they're running the ball a lot more and really controlling that clock and limiting possessions of the other football teams. So that's something that we're going to have to do. First of all, we've been preaching our defense, so we have to get off the field. So that way we can give our offense chances. But at the same time, offense just has to stay patient. They can't get rattled because they're not getting the football as many times as what they're used to. That when we go out when the offense gets good, go out there on the field, that they got to put points up on the board.
And with the Spartans, as you said, last year you beat them pretty handily, and then the sectional, they had a great draw going to the sectional finals, losing to the 4A champions, the Mount Vernon Marauders, in the sectional finals. I think that may have relished, they may have fed off well on that, getting to play for a sectional championship. They don't do that too many times, and it seems like the season, they've really been playing hard ball, and I know they want to reach the goals or reach the level that the Trojans have.
Yeah, and they did. They made it to the sectional final last year, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, might have been the first time in their school history where they were in that sectional championship game. After, having a difficult regular season for them. So I think they've kind of springboarded that into this season, having some confidence. They have a new head coach, so new coaching staff in there that's really bred some confidence in that group. And they won the first couple games, which is always important when you're trying to build. They won those first couple games and gained some confidence now. And now I feel like they truly feel like they can play with anybody, and that's good to see. I always like to see conference opponents doing well and having success. Obviously, when we play them, we want to win the game, but on those weeks that we're not playing them, we want to see them winning football games and, just making the EIC as a whole a lot better.
And in addition to that, how's the JV and the freshman programs doing? And their regular season's about ready to wrap up.
Yeah, so both teams wrap up here in the next couple weeks. The JV team is undefeated so far. They have Connersville and Roncalli left to play. The freshman team, they're 2-3 right now. They've experienced a lot of injuries in that group, but they have gotten a lot better as the season has progressed, and that's really what you're looking for. I mean, obviously you want to win games at the freshman and JV level, but what you're looking for is development for them as they move in their years and move along towards the varsity level. So, I'm very proud of both groups, both coaching staffs. So our freshman staff, our JV staff have done an incredible job of developing those guys. And I think there's going to be a lot of players in there, that you'll see on the football field next year.
You mentioned that win tonight, undisputed EIC championship, 29 overall for the school program, and it never gets old, does it?
No, and that's what we want to do around here. That's what the tradition is that you want to win trophies, and this is a trophy game for us, and it's another goal that we have as we move through the season. So we want to conquer that conference championship, and then we'll start thinking about sectional play.
Coach, do you have any final thoughts?
We're just really excited to be playing another week. This will be our only game during the regular season on natural grass, so that will be unique in this matchup. But we're just looking to get better in Week 7 than what we were in Week 6. And that's why I keep preaching to our team that each week we got to keep getting better so we can accomplish our goals.
Coach Bonner, it's always great speaking with you, and thanks for taking time joining us. And the best of luck tonight against the Spartans in Connersville.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Coach Jake Miners. The Central Trojans tonight, and Connersville will take it on the Spartans, kick it off at 7. Game close to kickoff at Connersville with the Trojans and the Spartans. Trojans looking to claim another EIAC Conference Championship in the Big School Division. Get that kicks off at 7 o'clock. A lot of sports going on with East Central Athletics. In addition, coming up next week, the boys and girls soccer sectionals will be getting underway. There'll be Tuesday for both the boys and girls teams. The East Central Lady Trojans will be at Greenfield. The East Central Lady Trojans will be at New Palestine. They'll take on the Lady Cougars of Greenfield Central. That'll be the first game of that doubleheader on Tuesday. And then the East Central Trojans boys soccer team will be headed out to Shelbyville, and they'll be going up against the Marauders of Mount Vernon. That'll be game number 2 of the soccer sectionals there on Tuesday. In addition, the volleyball sectional pairings will be taking place this Sunday, and the volleyball sectionals will be getting underway on Tuesday, October 11th. The East Central Lady Trojans will be taking part of the Class 4A Sectional 14 at Columbus East. And the best of luck to our cross-country teams. The boys and girls will be taking part of the sectionals next Saturday. They'll be at South Dearborn. The cross-country sectionals will be at Morris Hill. And last but not least, we want to say the best of luck to our high school band. They'll be in competitions tomorrow at Noblesville. And tonight, kickoff for the Trojans and the Spartans will be at 7 o'clock. Next week, we'll be back live with East Central Trojans football. There will be home cooking for the Trojans, taking on the Garin Catholic Golden Eagles. That'll kick off at 7:30. Our Catholic kickoff will be sometime after 7. And then the following Friday night will be the last game of the regular season. Another home game for the Trojans. They'll take on a team that's also ranking the top 5 in 4A, the Royals of Roncalli. So best of luck to the Trojans tonight.